don't know what went wrong. I can't believe she's gone. I can't breathe now that you're gone. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. In the city of angels, the city of angels, you've gone away so far away. In the city of angels, the city of angels, you've gone away so far away from me.
Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so I look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Morning, welcome to the Red Bull Ring. Let's join the action trackside as the cars are about to appear for today's practice session. A lot of focus is naturally on the drivers, but it's really important for the mechanics to get everything right as well, as one little mistake could cost the team and one of their drivers the race result.
These guys are so meticulous and they train and perfect everything that they do. Without question, they feel the pressure in the same way as the drivers, and they share the responsibility to ensure that the car makes it to the end of the race.
Great stuff, you pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend. Practice program over. That's all we need for now. Return to the garage pronto.
Interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Vettel, a McLaren and Kimi Räikkönen. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Session so far. Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
Cars are now over the line. Your top three again are a McLaren, Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
Interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Ricciardo, Rosberg and a McLaren. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
That's the fastest lap so far. Well done. Let the car behind through, he is much faster. You move down to P3. Fantastic. That was the fastest lap. Great time. You're currently on pole.
Grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are a McLaren, Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
Austria, traditional home of many great things. Apple strudel, Mozart, Niki Lauda, oh, and of course, one of the finest high-speed racetracks on the planet. We're right in the thick of the season now, and the championship battle is hotting up. But if there's any race that stands to rip up the form book, it's this one. The Red Bull Ring then, 700 metres above sea level. This tough circuit may only have 9 corners, but they're fast and they're bumpy. It's a true test for any racing driver. We have 2 DRS zones, and watch out for overtakes into turn 2 as the uphill entry helps those trying to be the last of the late breakers steam up the inside. Anthony Davidson joins me to talk you through the action here today at what is quite an unusual racetrack, wouldn't you say, Ant?
Yeah, it's quite an odd layout around here. The thing about Austria is that it's a harder circuit to master than what really meets the eye. On top of that, it's a low grip surface, and that means that your small mistakes end up being punished, and it's very easy to slide wide into the runoff area and lose a huge chunk of time. Luckily, because it's such a short circuit though, you have plenty of opportunities to perfect the lap.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's McLaren in pole position then, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Raikkonen, Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton and Rosberg, Alonso, Ricciardo, Massa and Nico Hülkenberg, Perez, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Sainz, Gutierrez, Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein and Valtteri Bottas, Nasser and Harry Anto, Kevin Magnussen and Jolyon Palmer rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights. is now enabled. Will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. The gap to teammate is 4.8 seconds. seconds. The gap to the car behind is 3.0 seconds. Fernando has just pitted. Go now. seconds. is good, fuel is good. We can move to mix 2 or 3 when needed. Gap to car in front is 7.2 seconds. The distance to the leader is 12.3 seconds. Using a small amount of time to the car behind to keep pushing. The gap to the car behind is 3.2 seconds. Okay, gap to leader, 7.2 seconds. Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the back. some information on Perez. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. The gap to the leader is 4.1 seconds. Caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens. Of fuel remaining. Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Oh, well, I'm a bit spoilt for choice, Crofty. My instinct says Valtteri Bottas, and looking down the field, no one really jumps out at me to make me change my mind.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
Yeah.